Again, welcome to Unit 2 lab work. This lab work covers Chapter 2 of our course textbook, Java Data and Expressions. In Chapter 2, we learn how to input a data into our program using the scanner class and also assignment operator. We also learn the arithmetic operations in Java and also how to output a result or print a result on our screen. So our first question is to convert degree in Farrier to census. And our second question is how to compute a total payment of a loan. So we start with the Farrier to census. So again, here we import our scanner class. As we said earlier, our scanner class is what we use to get an input from a keyboard or a file. So here we are going to create a scanner object and we are going to use it to get an input from a keyboard. So we start with line 3, which is our main class. Our main class name is Farrier to census, and that will be the name of the file. So the file name is Farrier to census.java. As we said earlier, again, Java file name, the extension is .java. So after our main class, we have our main method where the execution starts. So we have the public static void main and string argument. Again, we explained this in our first lectures, chapter 1. So we create our scanner object, which is called the input. So we have scanner class input equal to new scanner system.in. System.in means we are using our keyboard, and new normally will dynamically allocate a memory space for us or create our object name input. Now, the first, we ask the user to enter a degree in Fahrenheit. So we use the system.out.print, enter a degree in Fahrenheit. Again, system.out.print will display enter a degree in Fahrenheit on our screen, the console application. Then we use the input object .next double. We are using next double method because the data type of Fahrenheit, which is our variable, is double. Now, if it's int, we can use next int. So again, here we have input.next double. This will make it possible for us to get an input from a keyboard. And we are going to store the input in a variable named Fahrenheit. Again, we say a variable is a memory space in our program. So we finish with the input section. Now we go to the operations or the process. Now to convert a degree in Fahrenheit to Celsius, the formula is 5 divided by 9 times Fahrenheit minus 32. So again, we convert it in Java syntax. The multiplication is asterisk, minus is the dash, and the division. So here we have 5.0 divided by 9. Now, the reason why we use 5.0, we said this again in lectures, chapter 2, that when we divide an int with an int, we are going to miss the decimal values. But when we divide a decimal value by a whole number, again, we will get a decimal value. So for example, if we divide 10 by 3, the answer will be 3. But if we divide 10.0 by 3, the answer will be 3.333. And also we multiply the Fahrenheit, whatever degree we enter, with minus 32. So the degree Fahrenheit minus 32 times 5.0 divided by 9. Now our result will be stored in a variable named Celsius. And in Java, we always have to declare our variable. So the data type of the variable is double. So next is our output. So we have system.out.println. The Fahrenheit we enter. And again, here we use the plus sign to join the string with a value. So the content of the Fahrenheit is the content of Celsius, which will be our result. So for example, here, if we run this program, First, we are going to have enter a degree in Fahrenheit, which is here, enter a degree in Fahrenheit. Let's assume we enter 100. Then we are going to find the degree in Celsius, which will be 5.0 divided by 9 times 100 minus 32. And the answer will give us 37.77778. So our output will be Fahrenheit 100, which is given here, the content 100 is the Celsius, which will be 37.77 in Celsius. So we said in chapter 1 that a string always is in double quotation. So this Fahrenheit is a string. So the word Fahrenheit will again print. But the Fahrenheit here is a variable. Now, if we put it on a double quotation, then the word Fahrenheit will print. But it's not in double quotation, which means we want to print the content of it. Let's try the second program. So the second program is to compute the loan. As we said earlier, the first thing we need is our inputs. So we use the scanner class to create our scanner object. Our main class name is compute loan. So the file name is computeloan.java. We have our main method. We create our scanner object. Again, the name is input. Again, the scanner object name can be any name you choose. So here we chose input. The next step, we ask the user to enter the annual interest rate. For example, 7.25%. So user use the, again, annual interest rate variable. The data type is double. So we use the next double method to get the input. Then next, we obtain the monthly interest rate. So if we know the annual interest rate in percentage, we are going to divide by 12 months and multiply by 100 so that we change the interest rate from percentage to decimal number. So that's why here we are dividing the annual interest rate that we enter by 1,200 because the interest rate we enter is in percentage, and monthly will be 12 months per year. So this is annual interest rate. Monthly interest rate means divide the annual interest rate by 12. We are converting it to decimal, so we divide by 100 also. So next, now we also ask the user to enter the number of years to complete paying the loan. So here we have the question again, enter the number of years as an integer, for example, 5. So user will enter the number of years, and here we are using the next int because the data type of the variable is int. Then next we enter the loan amount. Then loan amount is next double. So we are going to print out on our screen, enter the loan amount. For example, 120,095 cents. And it will be stored in the loan amount variable. So now we have all our input. We know the loan amount, we know the number of years, we know the monthly interest. So we can be able to calculate the payment. So the monthly payment will be the loan amount times the monthly interest rate divided by 1 minus 1 over mat.pow. Again, this is a power function, which means 1 plus monthly interest rate raised to the power number of years times 12. So again, this is a formula to find the monthly payment. In our question, this formula was given to us. So it will be the loan amount times the monthly interest rate divided by 1 minus 1 over mat.power, which is 1 plus monthly interest rate raised to the power number of years times 12. And that gives us the monthly payment. Now the total payment will be the monthly payment that we calculated times the number of years times 12. Why we are multiplying the years by 12? Because 12 months equal to 1 year. So if we have 10 years to pay the loan finish, then it will be 10 times 12. So now we have our result. We want to do our last operation, which is to print our output. So here we're going to display our results, and we say system.out.println. The monthly payment is the amount we get for the monthly payment. This time we convert it to int. Then next also the total payment is, we calculate the total payment and we convert our answer to also int. So that will be the conclusion of this lectures. Again, these lectures will look at a Java code. Again, first, how to convert a degree invariant to census, and second, how to compute again a loan. And this lab will cover chapter 2 of our course textbook. So we know how to input a data either using assignment operator or using the scanner class. And secondly, we learn how to perform arithmetic operations and also how to display a result. Again, thank you and see you in the next lectures.